I'm glad you did, and I'm going to tell you exactly what Poetry Slam is. Poetry Slam was invented in the 1980s by somebody who is now irrelevant, and we don't talk about that thing anymore. Not in polite company.
Fuck that guy.
So what we do here is this is an exercise of putting numbers to art. What we're going to do is we're going to have each team come up to the mic one at a time, and they're each going to spit their piece. They have 3 minutes to spit their piece, and then they have a 10-second grace period, after which the judges will score each poem on a scale from 1 to 10. 1 being the lowest score, 10 being the highest score. And I think that's really all I need to say. So the judges know exactly what they're doing. They know what their jobs are, which is being excellent as always. But audience, I need to know if you know what you're doing, okay? So at a Poetry Slam, we like to have a little bit of a rowdy audience. It kind of encourages both you, it encourages the poets on stage, and it encourages the judges. So the judge's job is not to be swayed by the audience. Home got a tip. Like, how dare them? They obviously drive airplanes or pickup trucks. I don't know what. They're probably ghosts. I don't know. What about a 3? What does a 3 sound like? What about a 4? Alright, what about a 5? They're like, okay, that's a rhythm, and that was pretty good, I like that. What about a 6? Okay, I'm getting a little bit of tingles right there. What about a 7? Okay, it's kind of like getting down there a little bit. What about an 8? Okay, what about a 9? What does a 9 sound like to you? Alright, what does a motherfucking 10 sound like to you? Are you ready for a Poetry Slam? Alright, no! We are not ready for a Poetry Slam. What do we need?
When you live in the same place as your rapist, every corner grows over with poison ivy, memories itching at your skin until they bleed.
City streets become graveyards where you bury the flashbacks. You'll spend hours mapping out all of the spaces that you can still be.
Landmarks that haven't been ruined. Stop going to the co-op because it's down the street from his house. Turn down gigs at the club he goes to 3 nights a week. The money you save or make won't stop the nightmares from coming back.
Don't go to the 7-Eleven down the street from you. Instead, go to the one on the other side of town because you know he's not behind the counter. Stop using public transit because every 6-foot brown-haired blue-eyed man looks like him.
The brain turns GPS with no signal.
Rerouting.
Last week I was cornered by his friend at the bar.
After it happened, a woman cornered me on a bus.
They didn't know me.
I didn't know she was his mother.
But it's funny, when you live somewhere long enough, everyone knows someone somehow.
How many faces do I pass on these streets that know the same scars from his hand? At the hearing, he told the judge that 4 other girls shared my fate, but I was the only one within statute limits to testify.
The last time I saw him, he had 2 other girls sitting on his lap. I didn't have a name for what he did then, so I couldn't warn them.
Call it an incident.
Call it assault. The word rape just feels too heavy, like his weight, like the depression that followed. Seasons become triggers. Snow on the mountains is the blankets, the silence. Summer is too few clothes and hungry eyes like his. Spring rains are constant on what I touch and never feeling clean. Fall and the anniversary are so cold. He chose me because I was a virgin, not my thigh-high stock.
He chose me because I was queer, not because I'd been drinking.
He chose me for the game because I said no.
Because he knew I'd say no.
It's so easy to make us about us and not the predator. My therapist says I need to give him a new name. That he doesn't deserve a name like Elliot.
Like Tyson.
I'll call him the Woodmill in Taylorsville.
Call him Logan City Dunk.
Call him the selling ponds by the airport.
Call him Cache Valley Sewage.
Call him the fish food factory in Tooele, whose stenches seep and linger and never let you forget they are there. Never let you forget they are part of this town.
When I left for college, I thought I would be safer, even though 1 in 4 people assigned female at birth will be sexually assaulted. I thought a canyon, 4 major cities, and 90 miles would be distance enough just to find out earlier this year that I'd moved closer to the motherfucker, that he was being released early on good behavior back to the place I call home.
I know where he is on any given night because I worry about running into him when you should be worried about running into me, and my friends have no problems curb stomping a motherfucker. You should be afraid, but I can see his car from the Maverick on 4th, and I've got a mag light in my back seat.
In 2015, Utah was named the 6th safest state. We call this place hometown. Call this body home. Home never feels safe once it's been broken into.
Give it up for the poets and not the score! Let's keep that applause rolling as we welcome our first team of the night, BattleBorn, up to the microphone!
How to buy into doublethink. Make the conscious decision to believe something that's obviously bullshit, like Donald Trump will make America great again.
Or Hillary Clinton actually gives a fuck about people of color.
Or white people suffered racism through 8 years of Obama.
Like we haven't been living through white people's racist bullshit. Like you didn't lazy your way out of multiple jobs only to blame who replaced you.
Like you can complain that your car ain't got no gas when your ass ain't got no drive.
Or how you're educated. Unlike that other party, only idiots would believe what that corrupt politician says.
Like the losing party don't still get that lobbyist money. Then deny it was even a lie in the first place. To make things easier,
Call any leftist who disagrees with you an entitled millennial. Yell at them about participation trophies while protecting Confederate monuments.
pretend others are not human beings. No, pretend human beings are other. Hold this truth to be self-evident. All men are created.
Hard stop. Put stevia in that shit.
Not equal. Don't like humans having inalienable rights? Make other reasons unalienable. These colors non-transferable.
Not applicable for cash redemption.
Religious exemption.
Or religious redemption.
No sirree, Bob. Elected officials all too busy stuffing God into bills to be bothered with his will. Shit, we got bills too.
Cell phone,
Car, mortgage, cable, water, trash, Dixie, Cosby, Clinton, and now the science guy. Can't keep up with all these bills anymore since the snowflakes tax you to death. Rewrite current events because in time you will have rewritten history.
Obama was a racist Muslim.
Russia didn't interfere in this election.
The DNC did rig the primaries for Hillary.
Your hands are huge fake news. Replace the reporters with parents who only repeat what you tell them to.
Get them to give you debate questions in advance.
Fake news.
There were so many people at those Clinton rallies.
At that inauguration, you wouldn't believe it.
Especially if you saw the pictures.
Fake news. Take evolution out of science class.
Take slavery out of history books.
Explain it like a rapist self-justifies. It couldn't have been slavery. They liked it. Didn't you hear all those beautiful songs they were singing? The spin's not fiction, it's alternative fact.
Reject reality and substitute your own.
Life is subjective.
It's all perception, right?
Choose to see fake news differently.
The earth is not round.
The sky is not blue. Ignorance is bliss. Ignorance is strength.
2 + 2
Equals 5. Pit the young against the old.
Light against the dark.
Man against woman. Distrust is stronger than trust. If you see something, say something.
Forget the name Willie Lynch.
Forget lynchings.
Forget there was racism before Obama.
Practice doublethink. A lie can never become the truth, but an alternative fact isn't even a lie in the first place. This is America,
The land of the brave.
where war is peace, the land of the free,
Where freedom is slavery.
the land of the free,
Dumb is slavery.
ignorance, strength. Okay, judges, let's see those scores. Come up. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see it. We got 4 scores. Go ahead and put them up high. As soon as you got them, put them up high. All right. In no particular order, we have a 9.3. We have an 8.9, an 8.6, a 9.8, and reserve an 8.8. Give it up for the poets, not the score. Let's give that applause rolling as we welcome Team Xenon up to the microphone.
Ain't no biscuit if you don't risk it. That's a threat.
They say I am the one without the plan. I say life is the schematic, it'll unfold, it'll crease, it'll beast for me. I say it lies flat from my every step. He says I am a ticking clock with no hands. I say time does not need to grab, does not need to hold back. They say my voice be unique. I say it's the only one I know. They say I make them laugh. I say, why not when you know morning is always on its way? They call me the wind. I say I will keep kicking the dust. I say it's because I'm still raising the children. They say I am the gun hidden in my back pocket. I say this mouth is just the barrel. These words, the angry magazine. I am the revolver without the safety. They say my skin is the threat, that they are the glass, that they are the eggshells. I say I am the dirty stone. I am the marching steps on flat feet. They say I am the reason to stand your ground. I say, how so when I am so busy grinding my own stance? They say I call God collect. They say it should be from a jail cell. They say someone will be fucking me in there. I say, haha, but no one should be fucking with me. Actually, everyone should be kind of fucking with me. They say my skin cannot know God. They say God don't know black. I say they don't know God. They say my skin is a hoodie. I say they must have forgot the ones wearing the hoods were not mine to begin with. Are still not mine. Are still not mine if you look in all the right places. I say seek and you shall find. I say I am the movement, the quiet action, the sleight of hand, the boy unafraid to answer the door when the blue comes a knocking. They say they are blue. They say they are blue. I say I am more black than blue and still have room to say I love you. I say I am the darker brother. I am the secret everyone knows about. I am the brightest pack of Skittles begging to be bought by all the black boys in Florida. I am the music with all the bass. I am the music with all the bass turned up in any parking lot I choose. I tell them Kendrick co-wrote my revolution. I tell them what up, nigga, you made it. I tell them black boy fly. Tell them black, I am black, and boy, and fly, I am Africa and America. I am the hyphen, the dash, the semicolon, the apostrophe, both possessive and not. I am the revolver. I am the taste of steel. I am the color of love and the color of death. They are whoever they choose to listen to. I am whoever I choose to listen to. I am whoever I choose. I am, and I will always be here.
Don't make my mama mad. Okay. In no particular order, we have a 9.5, a 9.2, a 9.1, an 8.6, and a 9.3. Give it up for those poets and not the score. And let's keep that applause going as we welcome Olympia up to the microphone.
Yeah! Hey Olympia! Make it rain! Let's go, Polly. A Jew and vocabulary. Holocaust, a sacrifice consumed by fire, read with the right pace, by the wrong person. It could almost sound sexy. Holocaust is ready for prime time. Pops all the right demos. Holocaust worldwide. Holocaust crushes Instagram. Oscar nomination locked. Hashtag never forget. Holocaust bodies Facebook. Holocaust bodies museum. Bodies mausoleum. Holocaust bodies are museum. Holocaust lowercase. Holocaust not singular. Have been many, many, many. No, the Holocaust has been going. Germany, this country, all countries, all times, all burning, all sacrifice, no ownership, no one. We choose don't own Holocaust. Not proper noun, just common ash. Pogrom. The organized killing of many helpless people, usually because of their religion or race. Pogrom punishes the throat. Comes out strangled, limping, dust-tongued Yiddish. We Jews owned this, but language, memory forever escaping us now, like us now forever escaping. Pogrom is not never sexy, not go-to simile. Pogrom is lowercase, singular. Pogrom is pre-film, 38 AD, 1066 AD, 1113, 1563, 1821, 1881, 1901, 1938. No pics, no monuments. Pogrom is Warsaw, is Kishinev, Bialystok, Kiev. Pogrom is Holocaust unsung older brother. No website, no documentary. Google for casual interest, Wikipedia required reading, research paper. Pogrom is thousands upon thousands, Jews, synagogues, family trees, burn, still burning. No slogan, no monument, no more numbers, not from me, not your research paper. You do the lifting for once. You go find the burning. Get kerosene in your eyes. My throat is too full of soot from swallowing all of this. You go find the English forge. Let your teeth go gray, sifting through our urns, gasp our ashes, and choke.
Okay, judges, let's get me home on time. Let's see those scores. Come up. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, I'm just gonna start saying them in no particular order. We got a 9.3, an 8.5, an 8.5, an 8.9, and a 9. Hey, give it up for that pulling out the score. Come on, let's give it up. Let's keep that going as we welcome Soul City Slam to the microphone.
I am here to start a seance. If there is a spirit in the audience, make yourself known. I am searching for the ghost of Christopher Columbus because I am here to pick a motherfucking fight. Bring forth the flagpole and the school bell. Jose is here to start an old-fashioned beatdown. Oh, Santa Maria. Here to pull the root of privilege from this holy garden, oh Columbus. You set foot on Venezuelan soil first, but you can consider this the comeback. Prepare to discover these hands. When you landed in my home, you thought of Eden. You placed a flag at the foot of God's door. Did you not think that we would come to answer? How out of you to stroll along a nature vast enough that existed before the thought of you did, yet you still consider it yours. Every living finding something you now get to name, as if the beauty of those that bathe beneath the sun did not exist under the watchful eye of every mother turned an angel until you deemed us visible. Oh Columbus, aren't we also the splinters of God? Images of a holy history drenched in a spirit we found ourselves, given a bath in blood along the centuries, so yeah, you can say I'm pissed. Consider me the exorcist. Can anybody hear him? Can you hear him? Can you see him? He's with us right now, always has been. Carries the weight of the Atlantic like a poisoned blanket. He looks a lot like every face that has ever thought of people like me a harvest. But look at us now. How fruitful is our bounty? And I speak of the devil, but he won't appear, so I will come to him myself. I will draw myself a pentagram. I will sprinkle white tears and salt. I will bring history textbooks, sacrifice elementary school teachers that called him a savior. I will bring forth a millennia of angels to hell itself. And Gabriel will bring forth the blame just to colonize these demons. Praise the irony. And I will bring out Columbus and Cortez and Leon and any man that has taken a bite of this world without considering the bone.
All right, judges. I want you to go to sleep on time. Let's see those scores. Come up. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm just gonna start reading them in no particular order. We got an 8.9. We got an 8.8. We got an 8.3. We got a 9.5. And we have a 9.2. Give it up for that Golden Knuckle score. And hey, we're rolling into our second round. And we're just going to keep on going as we welcome Olympia up to the microphone. Let's go. All the way up to the microphone, folks.
The first time I did LSD, I learned that good medicine ain't supposed to be pleasant. Flashback. I'm in the bathroom he locked us in. My lover's touch reminds me only of his forearms and fists. I feel him choking me internally in my lungs, an angry shadow constructed of tar and repressed memory, demanding gratification, demanding to be remembered. And I realized for the first time there was a word for what my best friend did to me. The first dozen times I had sex with someone who loved me back, I knew for certain that their satisfaction was more important than anything I could ever want. I was simultaneously terrified of doing anything that could hurt them and scared of being punished after. The second time I saw the vagina monologues, I left before the rape scene. Snuck past the advocate there for anyone who felt triggered by the show. I didn't want any of the women there to feel unsafe, because I know what it means to be afraid of men. We all know what it means to be afraid of men. You taught me what patriarchy means. Your picture on Facebook is all that it took for this poem to float out of me, all that it took for my chest to go staccato, my fingers shake, my gut quakes. I see you. Smiling father, baby son with matching blue eyes, and I think blue. The cerulean towel I used as a cushion blue. The tap water running to match the sounds of your grunting. My gasps of pain, you getting off the shameful walks home in the rain. The flooding guilt and embarrassment over the power that you held over this little rebel. The lies to my parents about what we did together, because this had to be a secret. I hope your son never has to experience what you did to me. Hope his mother doesn't have the same relationship with your fist that I did. Your compassion and anger, two sides of the same coin, the violence and the savor between your thighs. And realize, please, that writing this poem, I'm torn between wanting to finish it and consume every drug within a 5-mile radius, get lost in oblivion, try to forget this ever happened. But I know I can't. I know I can't. I wonder if you can. I wonder if you have. Some of the young men I work with remind me of you. They silently spin fables of men don't cry, men don't feel. And this first world warrior society teaches us that aggression is the appropriate ointment to every cut and bruise, but we can learn empathy. We can transform this trauma into healing. Ryan, I speak your name to reclaim my own. And I don't know if you know the damage that you caused, and even if you did, there is nothing you can say. You made me your plaything, that's part of me now, but I make myself the survivor, Ryan. I don't know what happened to you to make you do the things you did. And I can understand the temptation to shed your trauma by passing it on to another, but rape is a ripple I will never set sail, and so I speak for both of us. And I wonder if you'll recognize the story.
All right, judges, let's see those scores. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm just going to start reading them in no particular order. We got a 9, a 9.3, a 9.0, an 8.9, and an 8.7. Give it up for the poet, not the score. Come on, let's keep that applause rolling as we welcome BattleBorn back to the microphone.
Great job.
Yes, I'm a Vegas girl, but I'm not your Vegas girl. You will not find me on billboards or in commercials or on those business cards for escort service with stars over my nipples. You won't find me in photo shoots, partying at the club, or posing beside the pool parties in a bikini. Or even partying at the club. Okay, I was at the club. You won't find me on the strip with my hair done up, my skirt at mid-thigh, heels pushing me to the stratosphere. No, I got a bar belly and a shot hand. And I once ran the Las Vegas half marathon watching the walks of shame on the sidewalk.
And oh baby, if you've never been there, well you ain't missing much. But if you've never been here,
then you're missing it all. See, Vegas girls aren't supposed to look natural or give our sunsets away like they were daily megabucks jackpots.
And Vegas girls aren't supposed to be poets, but you forget this place is poetry. me.
See, I once hiked Sunrise Mountain for 5 minutes of a view and a couple of pictures.
Don't tell me this body ain't beautiful. Vegas girls will tell you, sweating in 105-degree heat and bitching about it is sweet. My skin was forged in desert dust and red rocks, seared in 300 days of direct sunlight every year.
And this Vegas girl is not impressed with your insults about my city. Saying Vegas sucks is like saying dying sucks. Yeah, we know.
But the thing is, Vegas doesn't suck. It raised this girl to tell her stories from the first female postmaster in 1884.
To explaining to you why the city was better when the mob ran it. I'm a Vegas girl, but I'm not your Vegas girl. See, I'm not the one who thought The Hangover was a documentary.
You will not find me on the roof of some casino looking down in reverie, because that shit will get you arrested.
You will find me in the lightning strikes of the fickle monsoon season, scarred knees from unpaved neighborhoods.
You will find me in the dust and the mountains and the everlasting blue sky, sometimes filled with buffalo ghosts.
You will find me beautiful regardless of whether or not the lights are on.
You see, our oldest church downtown is dedicated to Joan of Arc.
Don't tell me we don't welcome saintly women. Don't tell me you know my city based on a television commercial or a movie or your 1 hour layover in our fucking airport. I'm a Vegas girl, but I'm not your Vegas girl.
You will find her dust in my DNA and her lights in my eyes.
You will find me beautifully BattleBorn from her patient sunrises and light show sunsets.
Losing count of the stars to bulb ratio and saying don't shield your eyes from the sky because it's just as familiar as your own skin.
Okay, judges! I'm way past my bedtime. Let's see those scores. All right, in no particular order, we have an 8.9, a 9.6, a 9.0, a 9.1, and an 8.5. Give it up for those scores for the score! And let's keep that applause rolling as we welcome Salt City back to the microphone!
A seance for the boy I let die. If there are any spirits present, they may make themselves known. I know you're there, dead boy. I know you're there because I carry you everywhere, even to this place, so full of music and stories. I took philosophy in high school. My teacher taught us the trolley problem. There's a runaway train barreling down the tracks. Ahead there are 5 people tied up, unable to move, and you are standing in some distant train yard next to a lever. If you pull the lever, the train switches to a different set of tracks. However, there is one person tied up on the other set of tracks. And never has a lever felt more like a trigger. Never has a wristband felt more like a noose. To be a medic is to be a campfire, a thing that holds ghost stories. And I cannot speak yours without smoke in my throat. I'm sorry, dead boy. You were just on the other set of tracks. And it is so much easier to think of you as a philosophical debate hipsters have over coffee, a meme you scroll past on the internet, and not a body that I must carry. To work triage is to decide the order of who gets treated. It is to volunteer to pull the lever, knowing your body is on both sets of tracks. I've worn a black wristband every day since I put one on you. And you must know by now that a black wristband is a death mark. It is to triage someone as a corpse or not worth treating. I wear it on my right wrist. It hides the cuts without hiding my desire for death. We only had the one defibrillator and a room full of broken heartbeats inside kids who took the wrong medicine at the wrong show. And I knew I'd be throwing another log onto this ghost story heart, and that log was you, and it has been burning me awake ever since. I summon you here now to ask not for forgiveness, but of forgiveness? Is it even a word in the language of the dead? Can it even fit in my mouth yet? Is it the quiet rage of your father? The shriek of your mother? Is it the girl who lived instead of you? Is it her patched up heartbeat? Is it her name? Is it this black wristband? Is it my pulse beneath it? Do you hear him? He says, a train is coming.
All right, judges, let's see those scores. Okay, come up. We got one score. We got two scores, Greg. All right, I'm just going to start reading them, and hopefully by the time I'm done, we'll have all of them. We got a 9.7, a 9.3, an 8.6, a 9, and a 9.4. Now first off, I see a lot of folks hovering on the edges. We have some empty seats right in here. Come be part of the experience and get in it. And just come on in and fill up these empty chairs. All right, now, give it up for that poet and not the score. Let's get that applause rolling as we welcome King Xenon back to the microphone.
My hair got a big ass mouth. My hair loud as fuck. My hair laughed with her whole belly. My hair, the type of black girl my old self would have thrown under the bus. My hair keeps boycotting the same bus. My hair be a revolution I didn't quite sign up for. My hair be picket sign with my mouth trying to be house nigger. My hair won't lie the fuck down. Won't die the fuck down. My hair keeps putting its hands up yelling, black! Black! At the top of its lungs, my tongue be like, my hair be like, no! My hair gets caught in other people's throats, makes them cough up their curious fingers. My hair be snakes that turn my own face to stone, interrupts my poems, don't let me sleep at night, don't let me write about anything but my black. My hair call me a coon behind my back. My hair quiet, talks a lot of shit, riots, burns down the buildings, burns down the gates, burns me back after I burn her straight. My hair be heavyweight, be levee breaks, swallow up a non-believer, Socrates, say what? Let's go! You ashamed to be seen with me? Alright! Why you ain't never show me off to none of your friends? What, you wanna fix your face first, lose some weight first, make the rest of you more digestible? Okay. You know your body got a big ass mouth too, right? You know your heart got a big ass mouth too. Your 2 feet got big ass mouths. What, we too loud for you? Okay. What, you trying to die? Quiet?
Sticking around. Come on, let's hear an applause for yourself. Let's hear an applause for JD over here on sound. What a wonderful individual. And Krishan, who's been here the entire festival. And we have Gray and Kay here. Helping me out with the story. So we're just going to keep rolling into the next part of the bout. But before we do, we're going to give it up for that poet, not the score. City back to the microphone.
I am here to start a seance. If there are any spirits present, make yourselves be known. I am searching for pen power. Pen power. I am searching for pen power. I've written you
so many times. But you wrote me a letter once, with rough hands and a crooked smile, to the faint memories we had of each other, and I read it once for every star that I have wished on. Pen pal, did you know that I have kept on writing you back? I tried to keep you up to date on the things that have been going on in my life, like when I got good at wrestling and I earned the title Headhunter. But the last time I was here writing you, I was unappealing at best, counting sheep for a response, and what a letdown it has been to wake up every morning with an empty mailbox. Can anyone hear anything? Can you hear that? Pen pal, is that you? This waiting is killing. This waiting is like a lead helmet constricting my mind. Lead is impatient. Helmets are for protection. Maybe we feel the same way, but this waiting, it won't stop. Headhunting. Can anyone feel that? Pen pal, is that you? It must be, because I can't feel a goddamn thing. Like father, like son, this absence fires. What once was agape has found a new way out east, but it's called forever west. And I am still here, waiting. And all I've had is one question. Pen pal, I mean dad, I mean pen pal, I mean dad. What was the last thing on your mind? Me or the lead?
Judges, let's see those scores. Judges, you will notice that they're closing down the beer tents. Let's try to get those scores before they're all closed down. All right. Okay, in no particular order, we have 9.1. We have an 8.8, an 8.1, an 8.9, and a 9.7. Give it up for the vote. Not score. Let's get that applause rolling as we welcome Olympia back up to the microphone.
Hey Olympia, make it rain!
They packed us into train cars like cattle, worse than cattle. They fed us potato skins, they fed us nothing. Their boots entered our doorways at night. We have nightmares of showers we never returned from. Babies held in their mother's breasts so they would not inhale the gas. Babies exterminated. We said never again will God's people, the Jews, be treated this way. In Jerusalem, I saw boys and girls, children in uniform with rifles on their backs and slushies in their hands. I saw my grandma cling to the Wailing Wall like she might cling to a son just returned from war. In the museum, a timeline listed the points when blood had run in the streets of the city as it changed hands from one God's people to the next. The idea of this bloodshed in the place where I stood sickened me and I thought, I do not love this land. This is a place of death without renewal, and God exists everywhere, so why would I choose to seek the sacred in this place of trauma? When I told my grandma I was organizing with radical Jews in support of Palestinian rights, she said almost nothing. Zionists invaded Palestine. Palestine was invaded by Zionists. Palestine was invaded. Palestinians are refugees. Palestinians are terrorists. Palestinians are violent fanatics who thirst for the blood of Jewish babies, or was it Jews who thirst for the blood of Christian babies, or did anyone remember that neither Jews nor Muslims consume blood? When my grandma finally decided to talk to me about the differences in our views, I told her about the girl who grew up in my community, graduated from my school, stood in front of a Palestinian home to prevent its demolition, was crushed to death by an Israeli bulldozer. My grandma said that girl should not have been standing there. My grandma said she must have been stupid.
When my grandma finally decided to talk to me, she did not decide to listen. Bobby and Zaidi, Safta and Saba, grandmothers and grandfathers teach us that our suffering was a gift from God, for only through that suffering could we truly understand what it is to be the other in our own homes. Bobby, teach me that the appropriate response to Belchford is to Kun Allah, the best way to honor those who suffered and died because of other people's fear and hatred and confusion and prejudice, is to teach people not to act out of fear, hatred, confusion, and prejudice, but out of love. Be sure I understand that the trauma of Kristallnacht and Al-Nakba is the same. Be sure I understand that there is no never again without never again for anyone.
Didn't take the close. Touches. I want to get out of here by last call. Let's see those scores. Put them up, put them up, put them up. We got a 9.9.
Hey!
8.8.
No.
We have a 9.3 and a 9.2. Give it up for that boy, not the score. Let's keep that applause rolling as we welcome Team Xenon up to the microphone.
Ain't no biscuit if you don't risk it. Let's go, boy. Come on, Jordan.
Sobriety on a Friday night in a college town. This gas station is a launch pad of sorts, a gateway to the rest of your weekend. Everyone here is buying their cigarettes, their Red Bulls, their chasers, the rations they will need in the parties to come. Oh, come ye weary. Wash yourself at this temple's mouth. Drop that heavy wheat you've been carrying and let AM PM cleanse you ready for the raging. All the cars in the lot are pregnant with life. The people in the belly of them pulsing with music and anticipation. I am at the pump, surrounded by bandaged skirts, meticulous eyebrows, expensive watches, hair gel, folks reeking of shower and cologne and more cologne, and people are wearing a lot of fucking cologne, but it's Friday. Their edges are filed clean, they are young, they are ready, they are good to go, and they all look at me. In my ratty gym shorts, t-shirt, and slippers, and they look at me with such pity. Like they are stepping onto the last spaceship from a dying planet and leaving me with nowhere to go. I have somewhere to go. I want to tell them. I want to grab them by their manicured faces and scream that they couldn't possibly conceive the level of turn-up I'm about to get into with this king-size Twix. Now between studying, I have been tailoring my Netflix queue all week, and tonight I unleash it. That I might not be going to the club, but that does not mean I am not dancing. Look, I am sober. I am sober, which means I don't go to where the party is, and all that is to say I am the fucking party now. Watch me turn this newfound power to turn my car into a dance floor. I don't need Friday or a night. I can Friday night on a Monday morning. I Friday night in the shower. I Friday night in the dentist's office. And when I do hit the town, a word to the wise, fear the sober boy dancing. The sober girl at the club. Anyone this drunk on survival that they can embarrass themselves like I will. I will back this shit up on anyone. I will remember it tomorrow. That is not a level this gas station is ready for, because everyone, including me, was just waiting for the day a bottle swallowed me back finally. The night has been eating my friends like they were pills more often lately. Ian's funeral was in last February. DJ is never leaving prison. Sheriffs came and took Eric to psych emergency services last week. Katie is so fucking skinny, her ribs reach through her like a reaper's hand. And she says she only does the fun stuff, but she calls heroin the fun stuff. Addiction is not a dance floor you get to find and then leave. So if you are alive when you shouldn't be, existing is the Friday night. Look at me now, gas station. I am still here fucking up your math and possibly alive in the twilight with this vitamin water and Twix. My heart has been thumping like a subwoofer for 3 years now. This life has been the club, this gas station, and every moment after is the party, and it just doesn't stop.
I'm live streaming this for Rebecca's surprise. Right there by the speaker. Oh, there we go.
Every day is a lesson on how I can become a better woman. I started off scared. I'm not gonna lie and say that I'm brave now, but I found better ground and clearer sound. See, I found out that I didn't have to be selfless in order to not be selfish. I can love myself and love you too. I mean, I can give you what you need and still ask that my needs be met. I mean, it's so different. The way I have been taught to love. My mother preached about self-respect, but disrespected herself at every test. Told me to be bold, baby. Don't you let them see you cry, cause you ain't no punk. But she had just been begging for that man to stay right after she got punked. Like makeup over black eyes. Like told me what to do to get back at those kind of guys. Like, can you still cry with your eyes swollen, Mom? Like, why is he still here if your eyes are swollen? My grandmother loved the only man she's ever loved to spare him of burdens. Rather, rid him of obligation to rid herself of guilt and spend the rest of her adult life alone. My great-grandmother spent her whole life raising her 6 kids, raising them to be fearless and stubborn. See, we are all raised young in faith, cushioned in prayer. We bounce down church hallways looking for evidence. See, as kids, we say that everything from the pews to the empty rooms were filled with spirits. We travel in packs with both faith and fear at our backs. And I can't tell you if what we claim to hear is true. All I know is that I was afraid to tell my cousins I was looking for God in any of those rooms. See, we may have grown up on the hymn of a choir, but I can't tell you how shaky my beliefs get when things get quieter. Cause all I see is the things my mother told me of the holy conflicting with the ghosts and the women. And my family have learned to be selfless. Except for the few who buckle under the pressure of sacrifice, they have been known to fall heavy with addiction, too lost to find conviction. And somewhere along the way, I realized I was looking in the wrong place for spirits. See, demons lurk in the minds of those who refuse to bounce back from trying times, made home like parasites, home like dagger tongue. Like when you read scriptures, I'm afraid to listen. Like advice given from Eve herself, your mouth is lustful for sin. I'm still looking for God. And they say those who find salvation and giving sometimes grow weak in spirit. Grandmother, your blueprint of guidance never made it past infrastructure, but I continue to build.
Touch it! And over the other end, we have a 9.7, an 8.5, an 8.9, a 9.2, and a 9.1. Give it up for the closing score. Come on, folks, let's take it on. Let's get back on as we welcome Team Xenon back to the microphone.
Yeah! Get it, Asia! Let's go, Asia! Biscuit for the biscuit!
Is getting cold and stiff, like the hospital, like Dad. I'm thrown out in the morning, but there's always more casserole, more tears, more prayers, more I'm sorry's. We sit down for dinner and we pray over Aunt Jean's burnt casserole, and it looks like a coffin. Like half-baked condolences. We eat in tired silence. I think everybody knows it is the only thing that can be swallowed with the casserole. The quiet is routine. An emotional script search, and we scan each other for baggage so we can give our automated response. It's going to be okay. He isn't suffering anymore. Or my favorite, Dad's in a better place. But the only thing that speaks is the bottom of the pan. It is charred, dark, stained. Each layer counts an end. Counts the time some stranger begged their pity for us to consume. But the house is still, and we are living in my daddy's stutter, a repetition of dinners, or we hide behind these plates the way that addict hid behind his charisma. And I feel like they're trying to force feed me comfort. Like every meal is supposed to be a replacement for my father. But what they don't understand is I ingested that absence a long time ago. I was 6 when I buried that man 6 feet under the pit of my stomach. My mouth always knew the word daddy wasn't on the menu. I've never tasted afternoons with my father, so his funeral was bittersweet. I feel like your parents' funerals are supposed to taste like cavities, like plaque, like wisdom teeth being taken too soon. But me and the tooth fairy used to use my teeth to wage bets on the next time I see that man, and I guess that's why I never smile. I am a living testament that you are what you eat, and most days I feel like casserole, smothered with crisp edges ready to fall apart if you cut into me. I am my father's leftovers. I become consumed by my friends' misplaced words. All I want to tell them is to leave me alone. I am okay. Let me grow cold and stiff like the last batch of casserole.
A 9.9, a 9.5, a 9.3, and a 9.2. Give it up for the vote and the score. Let's keep that applause rolling as we welcome Soul City to the microphone.
Make yourselves known. I'm sensing something. I'm getting visions now, visions of empty cribs and blood-stained bathrooms. There are flutter kicks in my belly of a baby that was not born. I'm getting something else now. Pictures of a daughter with a different family. My heart aches with missed birthdays and missed first steps. Motherhood, is this you? Give me silence for yes, a wailing child for no. You know, you haunted me in my office that could have been a nursery, playing lullabies in the back of my mind that I could have sung to someone. I find you in every grocery store where the baby aisle looks most like a cemetery and every onesie is a headstone. Motherhood, what do you intend on gaining from showing me these visions? What does it mean? Or am I the one haunting you? Did I slam the doors in your house with every conversation I had with my boyfriend where I said, I'm not ready, and he said, I'll support whatever decision you make? Motherhood, I give you nightmares about me finishing my degree and being successful in my career. You wake up to all of the cupboards in your kitchen wide open, and the jars of baby food shattered on the floor. You sit in your rocking chair next to the baby monitor waiting to be needed. And I meet you there, with fuzzy laughter from the other side of my life where I finally believe I don't need to be you. Does it hurt? Do you miss me? Is it my happiness that scares you the most? says, will we ever be together again? Give me a baby for yes.
All right, Josh Monday. This is Sunday night. Okay, no particular order. We have a 9.7, a 9.4, an 8.6, an 8.4, and a 9.4. Move it up to the board and on the score. And keep that up. Come on, let's give it up for the board and the score. Let's keep that rolling as we welcome BattleBorn up to the microphone. Let's keep that applause rolling. We welcome BattleBorn up to the microphone.
Ridden a roller coaster in years.
Can't afford no fucking amusement park tickets.
Instead, I ride the real financial roller coaster.
Spend all of my time building a mountain of false security.
Clicked myself into the educational career track thinking it meant safety.
Climbing the career ladder for 4.5 years.
Only to be given an ultimatum with nowhere to go but down.
Like I'm in the first car over the hill.
Only ever rising as high as a drowning man.
Grasping my chest and gasping.
There is a reason they refer to debt as being
Underwater. They say.
But one hand up as a signal to stop the ride. But the fear keeps me paralyzed.
Or frantic. Never anything in between.
Not enough to enjoy the free fall.
Can you hear the clicks?
Bills were okay this month.
Click.
Not a nice tax refund.
Click. Spent well on groceries this week.
Click. Didn't go out. Click. Put some money into savings.
Earning too much to get food stamps.
Not qualifying for health care while not being able to afford that shit anyways.
Got penalties for not having insurance, but still got a fat tax return. Lost that tax return to last year's penalties.
And my car got a bit of dust.
And it's 100 degrees.
And I don't have time to cook.
And my debit card has scars from too much swiping. And my savings account is a fucking mirage.
And my checking account is fucking thirsty.
And the air through my hair is filtered.
Through the single zero that I'm heading towards.
And my stomach is in my throat.
Fully aware this ride could go off the rails at any moment.
And all I have to show for it is indigestion and a fucking headache.
And a shitty t-shirt.
And all I can see
is red.
The deep dark sea of blood.
I keep bleeding.
Money.
Numbers shrinking and these bills.
Getting to Colossus status. Oh God, we're not pregnant again.
Oh God, you want to celebrate your birthday where?
Oh
I
God.
don't let that gas go post today.
Oh God.
Why did that big payment come through first?
Oh God, not an overdraft fee. Oh God, not a bounce check. Oh God. It's back to ramen noodles for Thanksgiving.
Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for dinner.
That extra $20 goes into the gas tank.
The thing about a roller coaster that makes it fun is knowing that it has been tested for safety.
That all that momentum and fear will pay off when you don't die.
But I don't trust my survival skills if I tower a terror into the gap.
Between increasing inflation and stagnant wages.
We tested that safety before with bursting bubbles and great depressions.
And not everyone made it out alive.
What's the point of savings again?
Pay off those debts.
Grow that nest egg.
Fuck it. Crack that egg and make practice.
Pretend you enjoy it.
On the way down,
Smile with that picture you can't afford. Watch your step as you exit the ride.
An A. Back to the folks on the score. Let's get that applause rolling as we welcome the final board to the microphone. Give it up for Olympia.
Yeah! You got this, Taylor. Tell him the truth.
Remember why you wrote it? Let's go.
Hey, Olympia, make it rain!
Me and my grandparents used to play blackjack. And I don't mean we played blackjack, I mean we
fucking played blackjack. Pocket change became full gold stocks casinos. Kitchen tables shifted into sweat-stained poker mats, and my twin Matt and I, we were seasoned professionals. With steel nerves, we could stare down the dealer showing an ace with a 10-6 and still bare our teeth like a chainmail chess piece and say, hit me. We were fearless. We felt waves of bay from every flipped card, and I'm pretty sure we could shuffle before we could speak. In my family, playing cards are more than plastic. They're 52 red and black keys to clear memories of camping trip poker tournaments. We played under gasoline lamplight, the scattering of mosquitoes, our eager crowd, our mouths, a permeable hall of fame. But now, my grandparents are hollow frames of their former selves. The same hands that clutch quarters behind my ears as a kid's magic trick shaped mine this year. As my grandfather introduces himself to me like we're meeting for the first time.
Tell him.
Last year was the first time I've gone to Christmas in my family's after I transitioned. My grandmother wheeled in by a middle-aged caretaker I'd never seen but whom my aunt knew by her first name. Months before, a stroke came and stole my grandmother into an early casket fashioned from her still living bones. And I always imagined her growing old, fading into ash or family photographs, not to her own body, half paralyzed. She used to speak with the speed of a Vegas dealer. Now the only language she's fluent in is mumbles. The trouble with memory digging in an early grave is not that it's like an early